Hi there, Dani. Thank you for contacting me about a reading. I'm really excited about having the opportunity to read your cards today. I have thought about your question and I have thought about the best ways to approach this reading, and so I've kind of decided to break it down into 3 different sections. So the first section is about you right now in this present situation. The next section will be shadow work, the underlying influences that have happened perhaps in the past that may be influencing this current situation. The last part of the reading is how to heal, how to move forward, and the things that you need to do in order to do that. So let's begin with your first cards. And these are the cards that are about you. So we are going to be looking at what are some things that are happening for you right now, how are you feeling, as well as the things that you want in your life and your priorities and where you want to go from here. So we will start with the 8 of Swords. With the 8 of Swords, I can see that there is a lot of feelings, a lot of things that is going on in your head right now. You can see all of these worms getting all jumbled together, and I feel like that is very much representative of your particular situation. I feel like that, so in this particular card, we can see that she is wearing a blindfold and she cannot see the chaos which is ensuing here. But I do feel like perhaps you are in the stage right now where you are actually taking off that blindfold. Because here with the Page of Swords, we can see that this person has been spending a lot of time thinking about the things that have recently happened in their lives, and they have made the decision that they want to perhaps make some changes and start thinking about some new ways of approaching life and their situation and problem solving, perhaps the repetitive bad situations that they've had in their life. The Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning. So I do feel like you're in the beginning stages of taking your blindfold off. And this is a really positive thing that is going to start changes in your life that are going to be very meaningful and allow for a lot of beautiful and amazing happy things to grow in your life. With the Magician here, the Magician is a card which speaks to our abilities to control, to reason, and to use the tools that we have in life, and not just physical tools, but emotional tools, whether be it friendships, be it our perspectives. The Magician is also a card of manifestation, being able to reason and being able to create and ask the universe for the things that we really want and need. So with the Magician, he is looking towards the Chariot. So this is a really strong indication that once you are able to use the tools that you are given in life and to use your strength and your ability to manifest, that you will be embarking on a new journey. And given that your question was about creating relationships that were fulfilling and that had a positive and constructive connection, this could quite possibly be this particular journey. Anyway, let's move on to the next cards. So, what do we need to know about Dani's shadow? What do we need to know about Dani's shadow self? That's 1. What do we need to know about Dani's shadow. There's another. Oh, that one's sticking out. This one's sticking out. Let's pull one more. Okay, let's have a look at what we have here. So first we have, wow, we have the Chariot again. So this is very much, you need to go on this journey for sure. Ace of Swords. Page of Swords. We have the Page of Swords again. Wow, there's a lot of powerful messages here. Okay. All right. So we have the Chariot again. So we have the Chariot here and we have the Chariot here. So this is a journey that is really, really important for you. This is a journey that probably has started quite a while ago. This is not the first time you have thought about the reasons why you're attracting negative and toxic relationships. You have thought about this in the past, and perhaps you just haven't had the strength to really move towards that change and to move towards that growth. With the Ace of Swords here, I can really see, so again, we have an Ace of Swords underneath an Ace of Pentacles over here. So aces are the beginning of a new something. And with the Ace of Swords specifically, because the suit of swords represents thinking, thought and perspectives, we can really see that you're moving into a new perspective and a new way of perceiving yourself in these particular situations and in life in general. We have the Page of Swords here again. So we have a Page of Swords here and here. So, and we also have this Page of Swords underneath the Eight of Swords. So this is a really significant message. It's a really significant message that in order to move past making these same choices over and over again, is that you really need to look at and you really need to see this jumbled mess that is going on in your heart and in your head. You need to take some time to peacefully look at that situation, look at those feelings and look at those thoughts and ask yourself, why are they there? Why are they there? And are they serving you? This is the key message here, is to look at things and ask them, are they serving you? So what are some things that aren't serving you? So with the Four of Cups underneath the Magician, we can really see that the motivation behind doing this work to learn about yourself, to study, we can really see that the motivation behind becoming a magician of our own. We can, with the Four of Cups, underneath the Magician, we can really see the motivation behind wanting to take control of your life and your situation is out of a complete dissatisfaction with the way that things are. The Four of Cups generally represents cups that the Four of Cups generally represents feeling unsatisfied, perhaps bored or stuck in the same situations that you go through over and over and over again. And the Magician is here to tell you that you have the power, you have the strength, you have the motivation, and you are more than capable of making the changes, going through these studies about yourself and becoming a master of your own life, your own emotional landscape and your own perspectives. Next we have the Six of Wands, and so with the Six of Wands, this is a really promising card because we can see here we have the peacock and it is emerging. All of these feathers are emerging out, and this is a really beautiful card because the Six of Wands is a wand is a card that represents being seen for who we are. There are so many beautiful things about you, and there are so many beautiful things that you can bring into the world, and the people that you have chosen have just not seen that. So I feel like this journey from the Chariot into the Six of Wands is a journey that is talking about, is a journey about you recognizing your own beauty. It's about seeing yourself for the person that you are and realizing what it is you bring into the world. Because if you don't know what it is you are bringing into the world, if you don't know what it is that is truly unique and something that you love about yourself, how can you possibly find anybody who's going to love you for that if you don't know that yourself? And I really feel like this is a journey. This is a journey. The combination of these three cards is a journey towards recognizing the beautiful things about yourself and recognizing that you are deserving, and then putting that out in the world for everybody to see. Okay, let's take out some oracle cards. Let's see if I can shuffle these. Oh, that was pretty good. I usually have trouble shuffling oracle cards because they're quite a bit bigger than tarot cards. All right, so the first card we have is Act. It is really important that you put these things into action, not just in the mental world, not just in your head, but into the physical world as well. These are changes, these are perspectives that you need to start making. So maybe you need to start making adjustments in your other relationships. This can be done by maybe reflecting upon your friendships and reflecting on your other relationships you have in your life, and ask yourself, am I representing the person that I want to represent in this relationship? And what can I do in order to best represent the person that I want to be and the values I want to create in these relationships? Because these relationships are really an opportunity for you to practice not only enforcing your boundaries and deciding what it is you want from their relationship, it also gives you a chance to practice being a positive influence for somebody else as well. Next card. Oh, let's just shuffle for the next card. Oh, this one's sticking out. Let's go for this one. All right, next we have cross-pollinate. Exactly what I was saying. So this is about not just your romantic relationships, but this is about other relationships with other people. Perhaps you are creating, perhaps there are other relationships that are promoting toxic behavior, and the only way we can really move past toxic and negative behavior is by getting rid of those things that are creating toxic and negative perspectives out of our lives. So perhaps there are some relationships in your life that are not romantic that maybe could benefit from a little bit of a changed perspective, as well as sharing yourself with those people in a different way, so that you are more open to these positive and constructive connections. What other messages do we have for Dani? What other messages? Oh, this one, definitely this one. Think. Wow, there's a lot about thinking in this reading as well. So we have the Page of Swords twice, which is about thinking and reflecting, and then we have the Oracle card Think. So yes, again, this is about thinking about what it is we want and what it is. This is about thinking about what it is you want and what it is you need in your life and in your relationships, and really bringing that into the world and being able to express that in a way that is constructive and positive. All right, I have some last oracle cards, which I'm going to pull for you. These are positive messages. These are positive messages that will help you move past and move forward. What positive messages do we have for Dani? Positive messages for Dani. What positive messages do we have for Dani? What positive messages do we have for Dani? Okay, let's go for those three. Okay, the first card we have is overthinking can spoil the magic, manifesting and doing, and then we have external validation. So with this card is that, so with these cards, it's really telling us that you can sit there and think about all of these things as much as you want, but it's not going to change anything unless you're doing. With this Chariot, as I mentioned before, with this Chariot before, when we read this Chariot before, I mentioned that perhaps you had been thinking about making these changes and thinking about why it is you're attracting these negative relationships, but you haven't actually done enough doing. And so not sitting there and just thinking about it. Thinking is very important in this particular situation because of all of these cards that we've had, but you also need to manifest it. You also need to bring it into the world and manifest by doing. And it's really important that you get the external validation of all of these things. So you need to be looking for these things, looking for things that are going to validate you. For example, so you need to be looking at your current relationships and thinking, what do I like about this relationship? What about this connection is really important to me? And how does this person make me feel like I'm provided for, I'm cared for? Not only think about the positive things, but also think about the negative things. So what does this person do that makes me feel sad? What does this person do that makes me feel angry? What does this person do that makes me feel unsafe? And these are really, really important questions to be asking. However, we really need to be bringing that into our physical world. Otherwise, it is just going to be thoughts in our head. Anyway, that is all of the messages I have in the cards for you today. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Dani, and I hope you found it helpful. If you want any other readings in the future, please let me know. I'll be more than willing to provide that. Yeah, I hope everything's going well for you, and I will see you next time.